Hello and welcome to Christian Weather Broadcasting. Right now, you're looking at Tropical Storm Ian, which currently has winds of 45 miles per hour. Right now, we're going to do a forecast video on this storm today. But before we do, take a look at the gospel message in the description because Jesus can save you from hell. Alrighty, let's get right into this. So, as you can see, Tropical Storm Ian isn't looking as good as it did yesterday. There is a little small area of some deep convection popping up around the center. It had more condensed convection yesterday, but it's since weakened just slightly from yesterday. But we are expecting this storm to re-strengthen once again. Let's go to the National Hurricane Center, where you can see it has winds of 45 miles per hour, 1,003 millibar, pressure located at 16.2 north, 80.3 west, and movement west-northwest at 10 knots or 12 miles per hour. Here's the key messages. I don't have time to go through these, but I will leave a link in the description to this page so you can take a look at these. These are extremely important. Either way, if you live in Cuba, you need to get prepared now for this thing to be hitting. Let's go into the wind speed probabilities. As you can see, quite a bit of Cuba has a high chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. In the area where we're going to see landfall, about 90% chance of tropical storm force winds. Now, if we go over to Florida, you can also see the whole entire state has a decent chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, and quite a bit of Georgia and portions of Alabama have a higher chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. Let's go to the warnings and cone of uncertainty. As you can see, hurricane warnings up for Cuba. Some of the other islands out here, hurricane watches and warnings. Also, tropical storm warning for other parts of Cuba. As you can see, there's now, and this is new, now a tropical storm watch for Key West, Florida. So keep an eye out for that. As you can see, we are looking at about a Category 1 hurricane on landfall in Florida. It's going to experience, likely, depending on its track, experience a lot of wind shear when it moves closer to Florida. Let me show you that wind shear. As you can see, lots of wind shear when it moves towards Florida. But there is a possibility it could make landfall in Tampa based on some models. If it does that, it will be stronger on landfall. Sorry about that. So as you can see, luckily it's going to hit that wind shear and it's going to weaken. But if it goes into Tampa, we will expect a much stronger hurricane on landfall. But we will expect this thing to strengthen to about a strong Category 3. Here's our rainfall potential. You can see some areas in Florida experiencing up to 4 to 6 inches, so expect some high levels of rain. Flash flooding potential, about at least a slight chance of flash flooding for some areas. Let's go into the models. ECMWF model is still that worst case scenario model. Has it coming in, making landfall around Tampa, and then stalling somewhat over land. And just staying over Florida for quite some time. Now, if that did happen, we'd expect a much stronger hurricane, maybe a Category 2 on landfall in Florida. HWRF model showing it strengthen after it makes landfall in Cuba, strengthen to its peak strength around 937 millibars, or maybe even 936, then weakening rapidly before making landfall in Florida as a very weak hurricane, possibly. So a very weak hurricane. That's the HWRF model. But those are the two extremes of where the models are going. Let's go to the tracks. You can see the models still don't have a great idea, but some models are bringing it into Tampa. It would be a stronger storm if it did go into Tampa. If it went up towards the Panhandle, we'd see a much weaker storm, probably Category 1. Most of our models are bringing it to a strong Category 3, with only a select few bringing it to Category 4, which is different than what we had yesterday. So we can expect this storm to strengthen because in the area it is right now, the area where the storm is now, low wind shear will allow it to strengthen, and also high water temperature, so it'll allow it to strengthen. So we will expect to see a quite strong storm. Luckily not as strong as we had previously seen, but still major hurricane, big storm. And next video, I'm going to do a video where I just dive into the models only. That'll be coming up soon after this video. So thank you for watching. This has been a forecast on Hurricane Ian.